Hey, can I ask you some questions?
Sure can.
What's your name?
My name is David Fatheree.
What are your pronouns?
He, him.
What year are you?
I am a third year.
What's your major?
I'm a computer engineering major.
What's your least favorite movie?
Ooh, I was prepared to answer my most favorite movie, but not my least favorite. I think I disliked Inside Out by Disney. I know that's an unpopular answer.
Have you ever been to a drive-in theater?
I have. I actually live right next to one. Sadly, it closed a couple years ago. But yes, I've been to a drive-in movie theater.
So what club are you president of?
I am notably president of NUTV.
And how did you become president?
I became president by being an e-board member for 1 year and then running for e-board, and I won the election. So
What are the Sheffins?
So the Sheffins is our semesterly awards show. It's named after Jamie Sheffin. We have a poster of her here on the wall. Basically what happened is some upperclassmen students said we need to have an awards show every semester, and clearly we need to name it after the freshman most likely to drop the club after this semester. Jamie Sheffin walked through the door, and they said, we're going to call it the Sheffins. And I am proud to say she's actually currently married to the person who picked her name for the awards show.
Wow. And how many Sheffin awards have you won?
It's less than 10. Not very many, but mostly because I've been on e-board for most of my time in the club.
What's your favorite series that NUTV does?
My favorite NUTV series is NUTV Cribs. It's where we go around to all the different dorms on campus, and it's so people can make an educated decision while they're searching for their housing.
And what positions at NUTV e-board did you have in the past?
Yeah, so I was a freshman in the club, no positions. Then I became an executive producer, which is not an e-board position, but it's a leadership position where we let you rent out equipment. Shows that you're starting to learn some things about the club. Then I became the office manager. And after one semester as office manager, I changed the position title to director of operations and then had a team join me in managing all the operations of the club. Speaking
of office, what office character are you most like?
I probably am Dwight.
What's your favorite memory from NUTV?
My favorite NUTV memory is from this January, I believe, when we had a big blizzard. And I said, let's go film a video in the blizzard. And I managed to convince like 20 people to join me here. We trekked all the way out to the fens. We filmed the video on the fens, and then we all came back and tried to dry out. It was a very fun day.
Glass Onion or Knives Out?
So I haven't seen The Glass Onion yet, but I really want to. It's a movie I'm very much looking forward to. So I guess based on that, I have to say Knives Out.
How do people get involved in the club?
So people get involved in the club in many ways. They come to one of our department meetings. We have news, entertainment, and sports. All they have to do is come to a meeting, and then they can be involved. They sign the membership agreement, and then they say, I'm interested in this video. I want to help.
Who's the best director in the film industry right now?
It's a tough decision. I don't think I can come up with one.
What's the most expensive piece of equipment owned by NUTV?
The most expensive piece of equipment we own is right over here, and it doesn't look like much, and it's not actually used for filming, but it's Snickerdoodle, and it's what we store all of our footage on. It's our server.
Have you ever pulled an all-nighter?
Yeah, so as a club, we run an event called 24-Hour Film Fest. At 10 a.m. on a Saturday, we give a video idea, and you have to have it fully written, filmed, and edited by 10 a.m. the next day. And so we do that every semester, and we just had ours like 2 weeks ago.
If you could get rid of one nacho topping forever, what would it be?
Jalapenos.
What are your thoughts on the new decorations on the outside of the Snell elevators?
I haven't seen them yet.
Are you still friends with your freshman roommate?
Didn't have a freshman year roommate because of COVID.
How long does it take to edit a 5-minute video, on average?
So it depends. I sat down and I filmed, and I was editing footage. I was editing for 40 minutes, and I got 8 seconds of footage out of it. That's a little slower than usual, though.
Who's your favorite Wiggle?
Wiggle? I don't remember their names, but probably the blue guy.
Where are we right now?
We are currently located inside the NUTV office. This is our home. It's where we keep all of our equipment. We have our computers for editing. We store all of our footage in here, along with all of our props and everything else you see in here.
How many people are in the club?
There are about 90 people that have signed our membership agreement this year, so far.
How many baseball caps do you own?
I own one, and it's my NUTV baseball cap.
Would you ever change your name to David Mothery as a feminist protest?
I would consider it.
Are you more excited for Greta Gerwig's Barbie or the Hunger Games prequel movie?
You know, I was very interested in the Barbie movie, and then I read the Hunger Games prequel. I think I want to see the Hunger Games prequel.
What other clubs are you involved in at Northeastern?
I am only involved in NUTV.
What is one food you couldn't live without?
Probably pasta.
Were you picked first or last in gym class in high school?
Towards the end.
What is one of your irrational fears?
I am scared of this video.
Premiere Cut or Premiere Pro or Final Cut Pro?
As I think is evident in the background, we prefer Premiere Pro.
How do people get... What is your least favorite color?
My least favorite color is probably yellow.
Sitcoms or reality TV?
Sitcoms.
Who is Harry Styles' best ex?
I don't even know who Harry Styles is.
Are you a Gleek?
No.
What was the first TV show you ever watched?
Can't remember. I have early memories of watching Survivor.
Name a recent celebrity divorce.
Pete Davidson, or did he just break up?
They weren't married.
Okay, well.
What's the best streaming service?
I use Netflix.
Who's the best character on Parks and Rec?
I haven't watched it, but I think the Dwight character of Parks and Rec.
What's your dream job someday?
My dream job is designing computer chips.
What's your favorite podcast?
I like The Daily by the New York Times.
Vanilla or chocolate cake?
Chocolate.
Do you call it a strainer or a colander?
I call it a strainer. I strive to be a colander person.
What's your star sign?
Sagittarius.
Do you get bit by mosquitoes a lot?
Yes.
How does it feel being on the other side of the camera?
It's very strange. I'm usually behind the camera.
How many videos does NUTV post a month?
Depends. It could be 5. It could be, 10 or 15 towards the end of the semester.
Have you ever made a horror film?
Yeah, last week, actually.
Who's your favorite character in iCarly?
Gibby.
What's your favorite video that you've ever made?
Favorite video I've ever made is one that I did from start to finish, basically all on my own. I did a short video on the history of Matthews Arena.
Do you prefer a high top table or a booth?
Booth.
Overhead lighting or lamps?
Overhead.
And lastly, have you enjoyed this interview?
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.
All right.